Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video. And today we are doing a level 10 Links full rainbow showcase on this STR cooler. This STR cooler came out, like 2 years ago? Something like that. And he's still one of the better units in the game. He is one of the better aging units I've ever seen. Like, he still holds up really well. He still is one of the better leaders in the game. He's a great support unit. He can still be a very good offensive unit if you want him to be. There's just really nothing to complain about with this cooler. This cooler's build is the ideal build I like for leaders because he serves as a support unit when you want him to be, or he can be an attack unit. But leaders that are supports just lead to so much team flexibility that I really like this type of leader skill. So, the Strength Bojack is another example, and actually the LR physical androids are another example. I really like the way they're built as well in terms of being a leader, right? So I'm going to go through the characters' passives. We will look at the team build, and then we'll jump into the showcase, okay? So this cooler super attack effect is just immense damage and lowers attack and defense. Nothing too crazy there. Lowering attack is good, though. That is significant. His passive, he gets attack and defense 100%. Transformation boost category allies get 2 key in attack and defense plus 30% when facing one enemy, or terrifying conquerors get 2 key and 50% attack and defense when facing 2 or more enemies. In the showcase, we are mainly going to be just doing one enemy, so it'll be the 30% buff that we're getting there. Okay, so in his untransformed state, he basically serves as a support unit, but he actually does do really good damage because of the link level update, right? His transformation condition is also what makes him really good. Basically, if there is a pure Saiyans or hybrid Saiyans category enemy starting from the 3rd turn, he can just transform, which is really fast and really easy. And pure and hybrid Saiyans is pretty much most of the game, right? Or if he's facing just one enemy starting from the 6th turn. But most of the time, you're going to have the pure hybrid Saiyan activation, so this guy will transform very, very early. When he transforms, this is when he's very offensive, so now he no longer serves as a support unit, okay? So what he does when he transforms, he gets key 3 in attack and defense 180%. He guaranteed launches an additional attack, and it has a medium chance of becoming a super attack. He gets guaranteed crits against pure and hybrid Saiyans. Guaranteed crits are one of the most busted things a unit can have, and not very many units have them, which is part of the reason this cooler is so ridiculous, because that guaranteed additional, even if it's not a super attack, will do really good damage because it is critting. This is the reason that the new Super Vegeta that's coming out on JP is already being talked about as the new best TUR in the game, because he just has unconditional guaranteed crits, which is really busted. This guy pretty much has it too, because if you're transforming with him, you're already going to be facing a pure hybrid Saiyan, so anytime you transform with this guy, he's basically a guaranteed crit unit, which is absolutely ridiculous, right? Because he has guaranteed crits, in this state, and that's mainly the time you want to be offensive, I went very heavy on additional with him. So you can see mine has 23 additional. Many times he will be doing triple super attacks. If not triple super attacks, at least 3 attacks in general that are all critting. He absolutely decimates pure and hybrid Saiyans, right? And you can see I've equipped him up pretty good. And then full level 10 links, right? So let's jump in and look at the team build here. So this isn't like a very typical team build, but this is a team build that you're going to see actually works for like a legendary Goku event. So what I'm going to do is, the other thing that is like so amazing about this cooler, by the way, is his transformations and active skill. So you choose if you want to do it. So if you want to keep him as a support unit, you can, but if you want to transform, you can also do that. This is beneficial for 2 reasons. There are times when you want this guy to always function as a support and your attack rotations are different units. The other way it serves a purpose is the way I'm going to use it. You can transform him and link him with himself, which is one of the most busted things you can do. The physical Angel Frieza does the same thing, which is really, really good. The reason why the Android 13 leader isn't as good is because he's a support unit leader, which is awesome, but he has to transform. You don't get a choice, so you lose the support ability when maybe you don't want to. So that's why this cooler is really, really good, right? So what I'm going to be doing for my rotations is I'm actually going to have my strength cooler with the friend strength cooler together, and I'm going to transform mine, and I'll let the other one stay as a support. The other rotation I'm going to do is kind of an interesting one, but I want to showcase a unit. So I'm going to run this guy on rotation, which you already know he's a really good unit. I do have a full video on him if you want to watch it. But I'm going to run him on rotation with this Frieza. And this Frieza sometimes goes a little bit under the radar. He is just a free-to-play farmable unit, but has an EZA. He actually has 6 links with the Angel Golden Frieza, but against a, Pure Saiyan? No, Goku family. If you're going against Goku family, this guy's actually really, really, really good, because he guards all attacks, and he is a bit of a support unit, and he reduces damage by 50%. So this guy is actually like a really ridiculous defensive unit in the Legendary Goku event. So I'm going to kind of showcase him off a little bit too, so you guys can see how good he is. And then this Int Cooler, the Toa, and this Golden Frieza are going to be floating support units. This guy is actually one of my favorite of the Resurrection F Golden Friezas. He permanently stacks defense, so if I ran him on rotation, his defense would get really high. But he's also a 30% support for target Goku, which the cooler is. So he's a great support unit as well. So we're going to hop in. So my rotations actually worked out pretty well, because I'm starting off with the cooler, with the friend one, and then mine you see is slot 7, so he'll pop up next turn, and we're going to get the transform and link them together. So right now we've got about 3 links active. He's got 116k defense, which isn't too crazy, but he hasn't even transformed yet, right? So we're going to go ahead and attack. The next turn we're going to have a very ideal rotation, because we're going to have the rotation we want with support. So we'll be set after this turn. And then actually my physical Frieza is going to be hopping off rotation, and we're going to get the other rotation set there. So I didn't quite catch the attack set, but it was probably like in the 2 mil range. Basically, the untransformed state, he usually can hit in like the 3 mil range when properly linked and supported, which is really good for not being transformed. Like as a support unit, over 3 million is considered to be really, really good, because support units technically aren't there for their damage, right? Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to leave this Frieza on rotation. Now, you can see he's got 117k defense, which isn't crazy, but he has 50% damage reduction and is guarding. So the combination of that means he isn't going to get touched, is basically what that means. Yeah, this Frieza, and the other thing I didn't even mention, let me go in here and double check. He infinitely stacks attack, so his attack stat, he's going to be like this beefy defender that's going to just keep growing his attack and actually become a decent attacker by the end of things. So we'll try to keep an eye on this Int Frieza. Only 1.3, which isn't crazy, but he's here for defense, right? Watch this. This probably won't do anything. Yeah, nothing. Double digits. Because that's guarding with 50% damage reduction and having decent defense. It's just a devastating combo. If you haven't farmed up that Int Frieza and you're going to use teams he can be on, you definitely should farm him up. He literally is farmed up from just one of the Frieza Dokkan events. Like, really basic. He's actually a really, really old unit. It's just his EZA came out later in Awakening, and they made him really, really good. Alright, so we've got the rotation. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to transform mine. So in case you're not aware, the way the game works is if both units have the exact same name, they don't link. But when they transform, they're considered a different card, and they actually do link, even if they still have the same name after transformation. So, it's really, really awesome. So now these 2 coolers are going to link up. And you'll see I've got all 10 links active because his links do not change. So what's nice is this guy now is on rotation and being double supported every turn. So he's going to get 30% from this guy and 30% from this guy. So let's go ahead and see what he's going to do. Now keep in mind here, this AGL Goku will not survive, because even though I have type disadvantage, critting gets over that and basically is like there's no type disadvantage anyways, and I'm going to guaranteed at least get 2 attacks which are guaranteed crits. So what's going to happen is my cooler is going to evaporate these Gokus very, very quickly. So for my stacking units, they're not going to get many stacks, because this cooler is going to almost one-shot every Goku in this event. It's wild. So 4.81, which is a really good attack stat. And keep in mind, since he's guaranteed critting, that's way higher than a 4.8 attack stat. and he's getting multiple super attacks. That's why this cooler is just crazy. I forgot to check his defense, by the way, but it was probably in like the 150-ish range, which is, it's decent. He's not really meant to be a defensive unit. He's got enough to do okay against normals, but if he gets super attacked, he definitely can get tagged, right? Alright, so here's my physical Frieza. You can see links up very, very well with the int one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let the int one block, because he will stack and not do a lot of damage. And then with the physical one going second, he's going to get his stacks off as well. And he has a higher chance of actually killing the Goku. So by putting the weaker one first gives them both a chance to stack. And that physical Frieza stacks up very quickly and gets crazy amounts of defense. He's really good. And if I want more power, I can choose to transform. But yeah, 1.8. So you see his attack stats growing. I didn't check defense, but we'll check it next turn and see how they're doing as they grow a little bit. Defensively, the int one shouldn't be really growing much. It should just vary based on the supports. But this physical one's defense will definitely grow. Alright, so I think the cooler can take him out. He might have to crit, though. We might get another turn here, which is fine. This cooler, by the way, Easy ate a long time ago, and he is getting pretty dated. Oh, almost. Okay. So what we'll do, let's check defense here. Actually, 227. So yeah, 227k defense, and a lot of that's coming from Toa's support and the cooler support. But when you get him properly supported, like 220k defense is good enough in most events to be safe from normal attacks, and then the amount on a super just depends on the event. But that's very formidable, right? Considering how offensive of a unit he is, that's actually really, really, really good. Alright, so this should be... Basically, we're going to just see really good, consistent attack stats. He does, though, I didn't even mention this, but he permanently raises attack. So his attack is going to just shoot up and up and up and up, and the more he gets, the more it's going to go up. The crazy thing is, yeah, he's up to 5.2 now, so he's going to stack very quick, guaranteed crits. So on really hard events, I've used this cooler quite a bit if it's going against Goku's, because the strategy with him is you just kill him so fast that you don't have to put up with a lot of damage. That's one way to get around really hard events, right? Let's check out this team defensively. So you see the Int Frieza is only at 88k defense now, but that's fine because, once again, damage reduction and guard combined with even that much defense is enough. And then my physical one's at 211k defense, which is really good. So let's see what happens. I'm kind of interested to see if my Int Frieza will even take damage here on a super. Let's see if he supers us. Okay, let's see. So let me see. Yeah, basically double digits. 624 were basically double digits. And his defense was only 88k, which isn't that much. But because he's got the guard and the damage reduction, you can see he just like took all that like really easily. That was great. So yeah, that Int Frieza, man, if you want somebody defensive, just grind that dude up. He's really good. Not to mention, he's required for the EZA Prime Battle Goku, so you'd want to grind him up anyways. And in turn, you need to get that done to get the EZA Prime Battle Frieza, who's also really, really good. Alright, let's see where we're sitting here. So yeah, 234k defense now, and 180k for the non-transform state. The reason why this is really nice, too, is you're getting to see, well... I was going to say, you're kind of getting to see both versions of the cooler, so you can see how he performs in both states, because these are both level 10 Lynx rainbowed coolers. The problem is the second cooler isn't getting to attack, because mine is doing so much damage. But, yeah, I just want to keep showing him off, so we're going to keep doing it. So let's see how and he's stacking attacks, so I want to make sure he gets his attacks in. I'll make sure to get more attacks, though, with the untransformed one, so you can see how he does, but, yeah, this transformed one's crazy. So yeah, double digits there, even with type disadvantage on normals is good. 5.3, guaranteed crit. Let's see if we can even get a chance to do multiple attacks here. But he can do up to 3 supers in one turn, which is devastating. Yeah, 4 mil with the crit. I mean, yeah. He's a monster. And this guy's like over 2 years old. So like if you've been playing for a while, like this cooler has shown up on some really good banners. So odds are most people probably have him unless you're like a newer player, right? Alright, so physical Frieza, 300k defense now. He's getting to the point where he's nearly untouchable. Int Frieza back up over 100k defense, so he's going to be untouchable here. Yeah, this is going quite smoothly. And we're just showing off how great these Frieza units are. But I think, you know, if you don't realize how good crit is, there he is at 2 mil, so he's getting up to decent attack stats here. But crit is such a big deal because it does so much in terms of like getting over heavy defense and getting over type disadvantage. Like, it just means like if you're critting, you're always doing good damage even on normals. So the fact that this strength cooler has guaranteed crits makes him really, really busted. So if you're not familiar with the Super Vegeta I referenced earlier, I do have a couple of videos on the JP stuff that's coming out. Or maybe by the time this video goes up, he might be out because I'm probably going to wait a few days before I post this. But that Super Vegeta has guaranteed crit and guaranteed stun, which is absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, here we are consistently 225k-ish defense and 174 for the non-transformed. I still think my untransformed one isn't going to get an attack here. And I don't want to take the risk because even the untransformed one, if he crits and double supers, could take out the Goku. I want to keep stacking my attack because the idea is you want to get this guy so beefy that when you get to the really hard UI Gokus at the end, you want to almost be able to one-shot the phase. So we're going to see. It's going to depend on RNG, on how many supers I get and if he dodges. But 5.5, I bet by the time we get to UI Goku, this guy's going to be hitting like 6 mil. So he could do like a triple 6 mil guaranteed crit. Like, that's pretty hard to defend against. Yeah, and here's a 5.8. We would actually be stacking more attack on these double supers. The problem is he's one-shotting everything, so he doesn't even get a chance to do double supers. So the fact that we got a double there is great. What I probably should be doing is trying to do little damage with the previous rotation, but their key is so good that I can't, like, not super with them, right? Yeah, 243k now for the physical Frieza. Yeah, we'll just attack through. I mean, they're all going to get guaranteed supers here. Alright, defensively, I think we're okay. Again, I hope he takes a super attack, because I want to see this guy tank double digits. Yeah, now he's over 2 mil. So even this guy who's a weaker attacker, he's growing. And this guy is just built for long events, right? Alright, let's see what he does here. I think double digits. Let's see. Okay, 9,000, which is like nothing, right? It's like he's just below the threshold of being able to take double digits, which is very impressive because that Goku hits really hard. So I'm very impressed with that tanking wise. The other place that Int Frieza works really well is Super Battle Road, actually, because he doesn't have to be in a long event to be good. He just won't do a crazy attack stat, but he can save you defensively in Super Battle Road if you're facing the right type of enemies, right? Alright. Let's see what we got here. So, yep, defense, very similar. 230k and 180k. I'm going to let my cooler go first because I want to get as many supers in as I can. So he's got to have the most health possible, right? Now, my cooler on a super could take damage, but I don't think he would take enough that I would die. And I'm pretty sure my cooler is going to kill him. Like, so all those attacks in front of my strength cooler, I don't even think he's going to see those, to be honest. So I think we're okay. Let's see what happens. Yeah, double digit, 6.2. He's getting up there fast. He might be approaching 7 million. Let's see how many supers we can get here. Yeah, I'm going to get a second one. Okay, normal. See, look at that. Normal crit, 1.5 mil damage to the enemy on a normal attack, right? That's a lot of damage. That's really good. And we had a potential for a third additional there, which we probably would have gotten. Alright, let's check this rotation. Alright, so 88k defense again. Oh, you know why he's dropping down periodically? I think the Int Frieza is not target Goku, so this one's not supporting him. So that's why some turns he's like 100k and sometimes he's 88k. So having supports is really good for this Frieza, but he'll still be fine. This Frieza here is even up to 191k defense, even though he's not on rotation, but he's slowly been stacking over the event. I'm actually going to put physical Frieza first, even though he has type disadvantage. His defense is looking pretty good. Actually, no, we'll do Int, because with type disadvantage, he could still take a lot. So we'll put the Int one there, because he's going to guard. Ooh, the Dokkan... Actually, I'm okay with him getting the Dokkan attack, too, because he's going to do way less damage, and we want this Goku to have as much health as possible. So... because I really want my strength cooler to get as many additionals in. So part of it with that strength cooler, it's hard to like have him get a maximum situation of stacking because he just kills the enemy so fast. Oh, actually, I shouldn't be collecting those. I don't want to do much damage. So yeah, it's about a 2 mil attack set. This shouldn't do too much damage to him. We'll be fine here. And defensively, like, yeah, this free-to-play frees this whole note just fine. Ooh, 2 mil crit. Okay. We should be good. Yep, this will be fine. He might take damage, but it won't be that bad. Yeah, 34k is nothing. That is nothing against this Goku. Alright, and actually Goku dodging there is good. Because we want to take, we want to be able to do as much damage as possible. I'm actually okay if he wants to dodge my cooler. I want to get his attack really high. I mean, it's already really high, but let's try to get it even higher, right? Alright, what do we got here? Defensively, I mean, we shouldn't see much of a change. Yeah, very similar numbers. So, now, we should actually get to see the untransformed one attack here. Maybe. We'll see. We definitely could die, though. I might use a Whis just in... I'll use the Icarus. My only concern is if Goku gets a chance to attack that int cooler on the end, if he takes a super, it actually would be a lot of damage. So, my item didn't affect my cooler's attack stats, so that's fine. We're not artificially boosting there. We're just getting a little bit of damage reduction here, just to make sure we don't die by mistake. Alright, let's see. 6.3. Guaranteed crit, and we're going to get multiple attacks, hopefully extra supers. Let's see. Oh my gosh, yeah, 6.3. 6.5. Guaranteed crit. It might kill him, but I don't think it will. Now, let's see if we can get the triple off. If we can get the triple in the video, that'd be great. Yes, one more. Okay, we didn't get it. The triple super there would have taken out this Goku, and he had most of his health. And this guy is not meant to be killed in one turn like that. So, you can see this cooler is quite powerful. 3.5. So, you can see for the untransformed support unit, 3.5 is a really good attack stat. Cooler, I actually don't think is going to finish him unless he crits. Oh, he did finish him. Good. Okay. So, yeah. You can see we're just cutting through this Legendary Goku event like butter. Now we're on the last phase. So, I would love to be able to show off Int Frieza here. Defensively. Look at physical Frieza. 460k defense. The problem is Toa could get one shot. So, I do have to use an item again. Well, I used an Icarus last turn, so it should still be active. We'll put a Whis on too, just in case. Let's just play it safe, because Toa could get us killed. So, I mean, we've seen enough from that Int Frieza to know that he's really good defensively. His attack stat's probably going to be like 2.2 this round. We'll see. 2.1, 2.2, something like that. So, yeah, keep in mind that, yeah, 2.3. So, he's getting up there. Dodge is fine. Actually, if he dodged everything, I'd be fine with that. Okay, he's going to take one here. This is going to hurt him really bad, actually. This Frieza's got type advantage, so... Yeah, 2 mil. Oh, and another. Nice. So his defense is insane right now. This guy's not being touched. This physical Angel Frieza is one of the better units in the game still, by the way. Alright. Okay, so he took it, so I wasn't at risk here, so I really didn't need to use items, but... That's the thing with this game. I've talked about this in previous videos, but the difficulty in Dokkan Battle isn't like about the characters themselves as so much as it is like it's just not knowing where the super attack is. That's really what makes the content difficult, because super attacks are really the only thing that kills you in this game. So units that can see super attacks are really, really busted. Like some of those Vegito units can do it, and like Jace from the Ginyu squad can do it. Those are really good abilities. So yeah, defense, once again, very similar to where we've been sitting. The question is how much damage can we do this UI Goku? And can UI Goku survive a round of these coolers? Now keep in mind, I do still have a Whis active here, so the damage will be mitigated. 6.8, so yeah, if he gets an additional super, we might see 7 mil from this guy with guaranteed crits. Okay. Look at that, 1.7 mil from a normal, and then over 7 mil. He dodged that one, but we got him to over 7 mil. Here's the thing that's crazy. So that Super Vegeta I referenced, he could hit like 7+ mil turn 1 with guaranteed crits. That's why he's crazy. But this cooler in this state with the multiple supers in this situation is really good. So I mean, there really isn't much else to show here, so we probably could end the video here, but we'll go again because I think I can get one more turn, and we'll just see how high his attack stat can get. Depending on what my physical Frieza decides to do, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bust up my rotation because this cooler would get jacked up, but this Frieza is going to be safe here. So we'll let this turn go. We don't have any damage reduction items now, so now we are doing like our raw defense here. So we can see what Int Frieza does here. Alright, let's see what he takes. He's definitely going to take damage. But he is guarding and reducing by 50% here. Yeah, 33k. Summonable, or not summonable, but free to play, just regular farmable unit. 33k against Int UI Goku is what, he's still one of the harder hitting units in the game. I mean, he's definitely been surpassed by other hard content, but he still hits really hard, man. Yeah, so if you've overlooked that Int Frieza, like, he's definitely a good card to farm up. He's not a waste of time by any means. Very, very much worth it. Alright, we got another turn here. This will for sure be our last turn. Let's see what we can get for an attack stat here. Once again, our defense should be pretty much unfazed. Yep. We'll just go in right here. And we'll go in right here. Alright, let's see what we can get for our final attack stats. And unless he dodges, we should finish him. 7.5. Oh my gosh. I kind of want Dokkan to come out with like an even longer event than what they've already come out with. Just to see some of these units get absolutely insane. So there you go, guys. That's the STR Cooler. Absolutely busted still a fantastic unit. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you all on the next one.